Hello, my name is Cruz. I am going to be making this video assignment in the topic of sales related to the sport industry. This video assignment is for my strategic management class from the sport management department. I decided to choose 3 different videos from which sales entails. From one of those videos is from Travis Galowski, who is a self-representative at the PGA Tour Golf. Then the other video is from Bowdre, who is the former director of the business development department at the Red Sox. And then I took also Jillian SixSmith-Cox, which is the ticketing coordinator at the New York Mets. Even though these 3 people are from 3 different organizations and 2 different sports, they do work toward the same goal, which is to provide and bring more business to the organization. Yes, Travis worked in sales. Dr. Corey was the director of the business development department, and then Jillian works in ticketing. And they do, even though the 3 of them are different, they do get the opportunity to have a customer-based experience and to bring new business to the organization in their own ways. One of the things that they do mention a lot is that sales, it's about networking. To be in the sales department of any sport organization, you need to have a lot of network and be able to communicate and have good communication skills to be able to transport that message to the customers, to the fans, to the spectators that are there to enjoy for this sport. Even though golf and baseball, which are the 2 sports that we're gonna mainly talking about today, even though the 2 of them are different because one is an individual sport, the other one is a team sport, they do have very similarities when it comes to sales and to provide this service or sell their product to people. They do have something in common. It's that sales for them is the opportunity to entertain their clients and to be able to serve them and make sure they are having a good time and experience in their facilities. That one of the things that they also mention is that they always want to make sure the customer is being taken care of, because if they are having a good time in their tournament, in this championship, in this home game or away game, they are always making sure that these people will come back for more business, or that more organizations will come back for more businesses because these customers told others about it, or they told that the service was really good, so they will come back. One other thing that they mention is the importance to understand the market you are working with. There are different cultures in each region. If you are working in the south of the United States, or if you are working in New York, the 2 of them are going to be 2 different markets and 2 different cultures. What they like in Florida is not going to be the same what they like in New York or in the Northeast. There's a lot of factors of attendance that might affect the sales of any sport industry in any area or any region in the country or countries. Those factors can be impacted either by weather, the day of the week, any promotions that the sport organization or the teams are having, or any time of the season. Sometimes you're going to be finding less sales at the beginning of each season compared to the end of the season where there's going to be more playoffs, or in this case with golf, you're going to have bigger championship or tournaments or more competitive ones. One good thing to understand from being in a sport like golf or a sport company like baseball is that the two of them are different. So then, if you were to be in a golf siding, it's gonna be more customized audience because they're not gonna need a full stadium, or they're not gonna need to fill a stadium of 20,000 people like it could happen in baseball. So their sales are going to be a little bit more different, but at the end, they have all the same goal, which is to be able to bring more business to the organization and to have happy and satisfied customers. In golf, like I mentioned, there's more customized audience, so then there's going to be a more one by one reach, and then the opportunity to be talking to them and to be selling them the opportunity and the product experience in person or by phone, which seems to be the most convenient visual way for them. And then in baseball, it's not only about phone and one by one, but they also have the ticketing experience, which is opportunity experience for fans that do not enjoy or enjoy the games at home and that rather be in the stadium. So for them, that's one of type of sales, which also bring the opportunity in the business development side of a stadium or sportive to sell the luxury suites, the club suites, which are known mostly as a high money items and high money opportunities, because with them they can bring some sponsorships, new sponsorships, and new business deals. Since these luxury suites cost more money than regular sitting ticketing, and then they also cost more money because of the experience that comes with it. It's not only about watching the game from there, but also getting food from there, having a TV, having their private section, having a more comfortable place to sit. So it's a selling experience. So they sell the experience to be in a luxury suite and the comfort that they could have in there compared to being in a regular seat in any other side of the stadium. This way we can see how it also relates to everything that we have talked in class. One point being made by the sport business ecosystem and how this sales portion of it is very functional and very essential for sport industry, because it brings new businesses and new revenue stream for each its organization that tries to deal with this kind of sales experience. As well, decision making is very important in any department within the organization, but in the sales point of view, sales decision making is important because they want to make sure whoever they're bringing to their organizations to have business with, it's reliable and it's also going to be satisfied with the product that is being sold. Something to point out and mention that Jillian clarified in her video is that ticketing is not sales direct. It's not direct sales. Ticketing is just a support for the sales department, and then they just make sure that everything that they want to do, their planning, it's viable, and then they just trying to help them in the ticket and making the tickets and working with them in that matter. but they do work with inside sales, premium sales, seasonal sales, so everything that is related with sales, they just support them in that sense and then provide them everything that is needed to make sure whoever we are making business with is satisfied with the final product. Moving forward, they also talk about how COVID have impacted the industry and their organizations, and also how they will see the organizations and the industry in the next 5 years. Three of them mentioned that they will see a shift from being a more sell one by one person or a in-person sell to a more digital way. They even have experienced the change right now, as Travis was mentioned, that they have not been able to do the regular sales experience, which is to be calling people or to be meeting people at regular meetings, have regular in-person meetings. They have moved or shift to more email based, which was not something that they did before. So he did mention that they might be moving forward to these virtual meetings, and social media are going to be a huge part of what it's about to change in the industry, in the sport industry. And this is also going to be a new way to communicate things to customer and to provide them with a new service that maybe they did not share before. In regards to tickets, Jill did mention that maybe in 5 years or even less, we could be moving towards no more paper tickets and moving towards scanning their pass or the ticket in their smartphone or any digital device that the customer may have. So this we are gonna be seeing in the future, and this is also impacted by the digital media or the digital era that we're having right now, and how the new technology has impacted the sport industry in this matter. However, Corey did mention that there might be a reducing staff, there might be smaller staff in the sport industry in the future because of the pandemic and because of how they have worked at the moment, and the many layoffs and furlough that they have been during the pandemic to save financial strings that do not have financial strings in the future. As well as he mentioned, the advertisement deals will go down because of the brands or the companies asking for less money by the fact that, let's say at the moment, they do not have fans at the stadium, so there's no one to see their product or to have advertised. And that's how also the three of them agreed that in the sport industry there's a need to be more innovative and creative, and with this pandemic that is something that is going to come up very often, because there's going to be a need to innovate and to demonstrate that the industry can survive a crisis like this one, a financial crisis like this one, and that everything could get better even though things have changed drastically or things have changed to impact negatively at the moment, but it might have a positive effect in the future. And even though the three departments who they work with, business development, sales, and ticketing, are different from each other, they still share the same common goal, which is to provide more business and to bring more revenue to the organization. And they all work directly with the client. they do a lot of networking, and I think that is very important for the standpoint of sales to bring more businesses. Thank you so much for watching this video and for giving us the opportunity to discuss everything that we have learned this semester.